beautiful listeners and viewers of Emirate Radio. This is another beautiful episode of the newspaper review on Emirate Radio. Emirate Radio is located behind the Federal Ministry of Environment of Ojaba Road, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. I am Alimah Abdulsalam.
And hi, I'm Najeebat Oyerinde. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend.
And as usual, on the newspaper review, we bring you top stories that are making the rounds on the news this morning. From the news that you need to know and to those ones that you do not know that you need to know. Fresh from the press and straight to your ears. Starting from the Punch newspaper this morning, similar Lassa virus stains in West African boost single vaccine hope.
We also have it here on the Punch newspaper. Sanwo-Olu hails Lagos nomination as 2027 Intra-Africa Trade Fair host.
Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, Emirate terrorist hideout in Katsina rescued 23 women and children.
Still on the Punch newspaper, military pension board warns against fake WhatsApp group.
Heading to the Daily Post newspaper this morning, FCT resident doctor begins a warning strike.
Moving to the Nation newspaper, 2 killed in Hedo community leadership tussle.
Still on the Daily Post newspaper, don't give officers on duty money, says FCT police.
Moving to the Leadership newspaper, Kwara government procures 30 transformers to boost power supply.
Heading to the Nation's newspaper,
Point us.
Against the disease across West Africa. The IRCE is a center of excellence established in 2016 by the Institute of Human Virology, Nigeria. Amibiku made this known in an interview with News Agency of Nigeria yesterday in Abuja. Ahead of the institute now reports that the synopsis is themed combating viral threat through public health response and research. Amibiku, while speaking on Institute focus area is tackling infectious diseases prevalent in the region, said the center had conducted a study on both the virus and rodents that transmit Lassa fever to better understand how strains vary across states and countries.
Still on the Punch newspaper, Sanwo-Olu hails Lagos nomination as 2027 Intra-Africa Trade Fair host. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos has hailed the nomination of the state as the host city in Nigeria for the 2027 Intra-Africa Trade Fair. This was contained in a statement released on Monday by the spokesperson for the Lagos State Ministry of Commerce, Corporate Trade and Investment, Mr. Adewale Akodu. Akodu said the African Export-Import Bank, the African Union, and the African Intercontinental Free Trade Area Secretariat announced the nomination at the ongoing IATF 2025. He added that the nomination marks a historic moment for Nigeria and the West African sub-region. IATF is the continent's premier trade and investment event, held every 2 years to promote intra-African trade and accelerate the implementation of the AFCFTA. Responding to the announcement in Algiers on Friday, Sanwo-Olu said the choice underscores Nigeria's pivotal role in Africa's economic integration and Lagos State's status as a major commercial and financial hub.
Still on the Punch newspaper, Army raids terrorist hideout in Katsina, rescue 23 women and children. Troops of the Nigerian Army operating under the Operation Fasanyama has neutralized 23 terrorists and rescued 23 kidnapped victims in Katsina State. A credible source at the Army's headquarters today told News Agency of Nigeria that the successes were recorded in freeze encounters on Saturday. The source said troops made contact with terrorists at Puan village in the Kara local government area of Katsina State, and with support from their air and elite components, killed about 23 terrorists. The source added that troops rescued 23 kidnapped victims made up of 12 women and 11 children. Motorcycles, spare parts, lubricants, farm machinery, and foodstuff recovered from the terrorists were destroyed. In the northeast, he said that 4 family members of ISWAP JSA terrorists, 2 adult female and 2 children surrendered to troops of the 192 Battalion in the Gazal local government area of Borno. The source also said the troop apprehended a suspected terrorist logistics supplier in Kwankwa local government area of Borno with a mobile phone, wristwatch, and 55,000 in his possession. According to him, 5 other suspects linked to theft and drug peddling were apprehended during a raid at a Mobile village in Adamawa. I love the fact that the Nigerian army, they are doing well these days. Like, stories that we've been seeing these days, there are stories that concern them destroying hideouts, arresting terrorists, finding their location, and doing everything like that. And I pray that God continues to empower them to do more and rescue kidnapped victims.
Even here in Kwara State, they have been doing well because of this Babanla attack that happened. They've seen those people that did, and
they've done a lot as regarding that Babanla stuff too. Kudos to them.
Still on the Punch newspaper, military pension board warns against fake WhatsApp group. The military pensions board has disowned a WhatsApp group falsely created in its name and cautioned pensioners and the general public against engaging with it. This is contained in a statement by the relation officer of the board, Aliyu Muhammad, on Monday in Abuja. Muhammad said the group titled Military Pension Board was created by unknown individuals and does not represent the position of the board. In recent times, fraudulent individuals have increasingly used social media platforms and messaging apps like WhatsApp to impersonate government bodies and exploit vulnerable population. The military pensioner community, which includes retired personnel and veterans, is often targeted with false promises, misinformation, or financial scams under the guise of official communication. It stated that the MPB had not established any WhatsApp group for pensioners or veterans, warning that those circulating such platforms were fraudulent elements. For the avoidance of doubt, the MPB communicates with pensioners and stakeholders strictly through its official social media handles, press releases, official statements, and recognized communication channels, it said. The board spokesperson assured pensioners that their welfare remained the utmost priority of MPB and urged them to always seek clarification through official contact whenever in doubt. The Military Pension Board is a Nigerian government agency responsible for administering and disbursing pensions and gratuities to retired military personnel. The board plays a crucial role in ensuring that eligible veterans and their families received timely and accurate pension payments, and it also serves as a point of contact for resolving pension-related issues.
Wahala. I cannot imagine that there are people that are planning to trick pensioners that, okay, join this group, we'll pay you money, or what is the group about?
Well, I can say it's possible because Nigerians violate rules a lot.
Yes.
Then even this military uniform that they are not supposed to wear, people still violate that laws. And again, all these pensioners, I don't blame them because there are a lot of people that have retired for years and they have not gotten their pensions and their gratuities. So it's so disheartening. So if they release any WhatsApp group like, okay, join this thing, they will rush the group because they are craving for the money. They worked for the money and they are supposed to be paid.
Okay. It's a pity that everything is now a joke in this country to the extent of pensioner and
exactly.
Still on, moving to the Daily Post newspaper, FCT resident doctors began warning strike. The Association of Resident Doctor Federal Capital Territory, ARDFCT, has commenced a 7 days warning strike. NARD disclosed this in a commune issued by its president, Dr. George Ebong, joined by other executive members. The resident doctor described the FCT health system as a long-standing systematic failure requiring comprehensive and immediate reform. Ebong stressed that doctors in the FCT were under immense pressure, frequently covering multiple departments. For more in-depth on this story, you can check the Daily Post newspaper. As usual, it is something that we've talked about and would always talk about. I do not understand how the government of this country just decide to joke with doctors. I would always say it and would forever say it, that doctors are meant to be treated like eggs.
Exactly.
These people
save lives.
These people save lives. They do a lot of things. So I don't understand how you just feel like, okay, let's owe them money. If you hear the number of salaries that some doctors are being owed, you think that, how now?
They are not even supposed to go to work.
I swear.
All those salaries they are owing them.
I don't blame them for leaving the country. I don't blame them if they see opportunity of jackpot and they leave.
Exactly.
Because imagine working without getting paid. Imagine how painful it's going to be.
Some doctors prefer to work outside the country as a caregiver than being in Nigeria, not being paid for their work. But there's one state like that has increased the minimum wage, and also some other states should do better, right?
I feel like they really need to do better.
Moving to the Nation newspaper, 2 killed in Edo community leadership tussle. 2 persons have been killed at Iyamo community, Ipoba Oka local government area over a leadership tussle in the community. They are identified as Ebo Enoma and Stephen Imagodo. Governor Monday Okwebolo vowed to unravel the killers and prosecute them. He said a full-scale investigation has been launched. Okwebolo spoke through the Edo State Special Security Squad, codenamed Operation Flush Out Cultists and Kidnappers, when the Government House Chief Security Officer CSP Osaru Roberts and the Principal Security Officer to the Governor, Okoro Saturday, visited the community. They said they were in the community to ascertain the true circumstances surrounding the killings. Addressing the community elders and youth, the Secretary of the Special Security Squad, Barrister John Izegabe, said the governors resolved to stamp out cultism, kidnapping, and communal clashes in the state would be accomplished. He said, "Our findings so far point to a leadership tussle between 2 rival factions in Iyamo, which degenerates into violence and ultimately claimed the lives of 2 men. This is unacceptable. The governor has directed us to ensure that all those involved in this heinous act are identified, arrested, and prosecuted. No one is above the law."
Exactly. No one is above the law, and nobody should ever be above the law. The law is meant to be equal on everybody. Everybody deserves equal rights. But then
in this country you cannot even claim any rights. If you claim rights like this, you will be the one to be blamed for it.
It's like this. In Nigeria, you want to claim rights, okay, claim it in public, outside the eyes of the public. Clear. They will clear you. That's why there was one time somebody was telling me, I think I was saying something, and then I was like, freedom of speech. The person told me,
in this country
there is freedom of speech, but the one after speech is not guaranteed. So you better watch what you say. I was like, the freedom after speech, loto.
Yes, exactly.
Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, don't give officers on duty money, says FCT Police. The Federal Capital Territory FCT Police Command has asked members of the public to desist from offering money or any form of document to its personnel while discharging their official duty. In a statement, the command described such act as unlawful and undermine the integrity of policing in the nation's capital. It is unlawful to give our officers money or any form of inducement while they are performing their duty. The command, while reassuring residents of its commitment to professional service delivery, reiterated that Nigerian police force is declared to serving with integrity and transparency, urging citizens to cooperate in building a safer society. It equally urged the public to report any unprofessional conduct by officers through its complaint response unit, CRU, on 081 073 14192. or the emergency line 08032003913. I love this news so much. I am so much in love with this news.
Even
And personally, I am going to save these lines, these two numbers, and I'm even going to recall them. Because
if at
in this,
all, I don't think. See, we are in a corrupt society already.
yes, a very
So,
corrupt society.
This is just being official, like they are just doing their job. No matter whatever press release they release, they will still collect money. People will still give
Yes.
this police,
Yes.
even if this police will not collect. These people will still give the police money.
Aside from people giving them money, have you ever encountered policemen that feel entitled?
There was something that happened this weekend while I was coming. A guy, they collected a guy's bike. They told him that the bike is not for him. He stole it. He showed them that he just got his bike. This is the papers
Receipt and
of the
all.
bike and how. They said no, that he stole it. They took him to the hospital,
Station.
to the station, and detained him, put him inside the cell, and told him he has to pay 50,000 naira
For bail?
for bail. On top,
Big bike that is his own.
that is his own. He showed them evidence, like the paper is on his phone because he has not printed out the document
I told
already.
you
And
that-
I was like 50,000. He said until he paid that 50,000 before
they
they
let him
released
go.
him. After they released him, he said when he was going outside the
Station.
so some policemen came to meet him again. Won't him settle them again? And he was like, if I'm to settle you, what about what I
The
read,
one that
the
he
money I
paid?
paid? Officially, I paid 50,000 naira. It was not even official because I know that 50,000 would not be remitted to the account. It's just for those people that are inside the police station. So I feel like
People that have encounters with police, honestly, they always go through a lot. Have you ever seen where young boys cannot safely drive in this Kwara state? Let's not talk about other states. I don't know about other states, but in Kwara state, have you seen the way young boys used to panic? The way they are always injured. They don't want to go anywhere because of police trouble. If you see the way my brother, there was a time we were going out together and he drove my dad's car and then we were going and then he was stopped. Bring your phone, let's check. They went through his phone. They were like, how is he driving this car? Does he have a driver's license? He showed them everything and they were like, he's too young to be driving this kind of car. And then he was like, too young to be driving what kind of car? I showed you my driver's license. You told me who the owner of the car is. I told you that the car belongs to my father. He showed them everything. And then the next thing, they couldn't like hold anything against him for arresting him. And then one person now came and told him that why was he wearing a face cap with soldier's inscription? Like the face cap has a soldier design, but then it's obvious that it's not a soldier cap. It's very obvious. Next thing, let's go to the station. In my head, I was like, how now?
that's what
Station.
I wanted. That's what
Where?
I wanted
What?
to say. That
How?
if at all they want to go out, any guy wants to go out, they will carefully choose the kind of clothes they want to wear because tiba wa aṣọ ilé yìí o, all this policeman man harass me.
Are we now saying that people don't have the right to dress well anymore because of police? I feel like these police officers and their boss, they need to like call them together and just, I don't know if it's enlightenment or whatever.
It's not about enlightenment. Every day they do training. Not even police officer only. All these security agencies, they do training for all of them. They are just been working on their own hands. That's just it. They are not following the rules and regulation at all.
It's
And
God that
I
is
don't
going
think
to. It's God that is going to save us in this Nigeria. Coco is that they said I don't give any police money again.
Okay, we are still on the leadership newspaper. Kwara government procures 30 transformers to boost power supply. Kwara state government has procured 30 new electricity transformers to boost commercial activities and support economic growth in the state. The Commissioner of Energy, Engineer Abdulsalam disclosed this yesterday in Ilorin, the state capital, where receiving the second batch of the transformers. He said the first batch of the transformers The first batch of the transformers were received on August 15, 2025, while the remaining 14 were delivered to his ministry yesterday. Abdulsalam said the access to electricity plays a critical role in improving security and driving economic growth in communities. He restated that state government's commitment to ensuring the welfare of the people of the states.
Congratulations to people of Kwara State that received transformer. The remaining people that have not received, you will receive.
Go reach everybody.
Heading to the nation's newspaper, Shettima mourns Borno attack victims, back Tinubu's directive on stronger military operation. The Vice President, Kashim Shettima, has expressed deep sorrow over the recent terrorist attack in Darajamal community, Bamba local government area of Borno State, where many lives, including those of civilians and soldiers, were lost. In a condolence message this morning by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communication, Office of the Vice President, Stanley Nwang Ocha, Shettima described the incident as a national tragedy, saying the killings has thrown the entire country into mourning. I extend my heartfelt condolence to Governor Baba Ganam Umar Zulum, the people of Borno State, and the Nigerian military over the tragic loss of our compatriots. These deaths have left the entire nation in collective grief, but we are confident that justice will be served for the bereaved family, Shettima said. The Vice President assured the residents that the federal government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's leadership is determined to defeat terrorism. He recalled that President's directive to armed forces to review current security operations and deploy advanced military hardware and surveillance equipment to strengthen the fight against insurgents groups across the country. Shettima also reiterated that government consideration of establishing state police in line with President Tinubu's position that some security challenges require specialized local units with knowledge of trained and culture to effective safeguard community. This news is a very sad one. To the people of Borno, may the soul of the bereaved rest in peace. And every other persons that were involved, may God just console them in good ways that they deserve. Because everything in this country, just a fair person. Before you know it, if you go out, you are not even fully saved outside. Even if you are inside, you are not fully saved inside.
Exactly.
Everything is just hard. And we once again, we are still going to commend our military personnel. Because if they say there's this Yoruba saying that says that inujuju lomu oriya, you get, when they get the encouragement and everything that they need, even if they don't want to work well, they'll be like, there are people that rely on us and they want us to do well. So we urge them
with those that has conscience.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes, and we urge our president to our government to provide enough weapons, sophisticated weapons for military officers too, so that they can be able to do their work very well. To think that several lives were lost in this Borno state is very sad.
Not only Borno state,
it's
everywhere.
Very sad, though. Very
everywhere.
sad.
Still on the leadership newspaper, Olajubutu appointed as Ambassador Global Water Rights Network. Nigerian development expert Damilola Olajubutu has been appointed as Blue Community Ambassador for Africa, bringing grassroots approach to international water governance. The Blue Community, a global network dedicated to defending the human rights to water and sanitation, has announced the appointment of Damilola Olajubutu as its newest ambassador. The Nigerian rural development and public policy expert becomes the second blue ambassador representing the fast-growing African region of the Switzerland headquartered I am honored to step into this new role as ambassador for the Blue community, Olajubutu shared in an announcement. Olajubutu's appointment comes on the heels of her impactful participation at the United Nations, where they advocated for the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal 6 and contributed to planning for the 2026 UN Water Conference. Representing the Rural Nurture Initiative, she delivered a compelling intervention during the multi-stakeholders reflection session, emphasizing community-driven solutions and bottom-up approaches as the sustainable pathways to accelerating water access in rural Africa. Our UN engagement demonstrated a commitment to amplifying grassroots voices on the international stage, a philosophy that aligns perfectly with the Blue community's missions to protect water services from pollution and profiteering while treating water access as a fundamental human right. The appointment builds natural on Olajubutu's existing work and the Rural Nurture Initiative and the African Rural Development Network. A focus on community-centered development and grassroots governance has established her as a recognized voice in rural development circles, particularly in advocating for water justice and inclusive solutions. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to her. Picking from the JD Trust newspaper, gunmen killed 23 in Katsina, Kaduna, Kwara, Niger, and Plateau. At least 23 people have been killed by gunmen over the weekend in Katsina, Kaduna, Kwara, Plateau, and Niger states. 7 people were reportedly killed in Katsina state as bandits launched an attack on Maganji Wando village in Dandume local government area. The attack occurred between 11 p.m. and midnight on Friday. The Katsina State government confirmed the incident on Saturday in a statement by the Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Nasiru Muzau. According to the statement, many people would have been killed, but for the intervention of security operatives who confronted the bandits. Thanks to the swift and courageous intervention of the Community Watch Corps, the attack was repelled, preventing what could have been a far more devastating outcome for the community. The government stated that parliamentary findings indicated that the ambush was carried out by the same group of criminals who sought revenge for many of their members killed in the Maganji Wando community by Community Watch Corps. 7 killed, 11 injured in Kaduna. In Kaduna State, at least 7 people were also killed and 11 others injured who armed bandits attacked Wake community in Agu ward of Kanchi local government area. The incident happened on Saturday when a large number of armed men invaded the village, shooting sporadically and absorbing an unspecified number of residents. Those killed in the attack, according to the residents who spoke to correspondents, including Elisha Paul, Japet, Joshua, Augustine, Paul, Bawa, and Augustine. Among those injured are Gideon Pius, Zachariah Anthony, and Moses Christopher are also said to be responding to treatment at Achille Clinic, Kanchi. 2 killed and abducted in Kwara. In the same vein, 2 people were killed and 8 others abducted when bandits invaded Shagbe community in Ifelodun local government area of Kwara State over the weekend. The armed men who stormed the town close to midnight reportedly shot sporadically, sending residents scrambling from safety before attacking the place of the palace of the Onishagbe of Shagbe in attempt to kidnap the traditional ruler Wahala. 6 killed in Plateau. 6 miners killed in Plateau. No fewer than 6 miners were killed on Saturday night by gunmen in Wango community, Bokozoko government area of Plateau State. According to correspondents, it was gathered that gunmen stormed the mining site while the victims were engaging in mining activity. Christopher Luka, youth leader of Boko's local government area, confirmed the incident on Sunday to the newsman. There's still another one again. Heads killed farmers, travelers adopted in Niger. I'm telling you, heads killed farmers, travelers abducted in Niger. One others has been reportedly killed, while an unspecified numbers of farmers and travelers has been kidnapped in series of attacks on communities in Mariga, Mangama, Kotonkara, and regional local government area of Niger State. Locals told correspondents that the attack, which started on Monday, September 1st, 2025, have continued daily as bandits in their numbers have continued to move from community to community, kidnapping residents and rustling cattle. Among the communities rated between Monday, September 1st, 2025 and Sunday, September 7th, 2025 were Atabo, Zoma, Melinia, Dusai, Marangi, Kotongara, and Mangama local government area. Similarly, on Monday, September 1st, 2025, farmers told reporters that bandits invaded Dapo village in Tumawanga ward, Kotonkara local government area of the state, shot 3 people, Sani Ibrahim, Umar, and Khadija Jatu on the ties while attempting to escape, and kidnapped another woman, Yeti Dapo, and a man, Jatu Dapo.
This is so
This
news
sad. Is very, very sad. Imagine like how many states I cannot even recollect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states. 5 states.
Just over
Everything
the
kill.
Now, finally, on the leadership newspaper, NSCDC seeks Miyetti Allah's support to end farmer herders clashes. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has sought the support of Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria to tackle farmers' herders clashes in Bauchi. Speaking in Bauchi, Superintendent of Corps Adamu Muhammad Ahmad, the second in command of the NSCDC Agro Rangers Unit, said the unit had been instrumental in resolving recurring disputes between farmers and herders. He explained that agro rangers frequently patrol farmlands to access damages caused by stray animals, mediate disputes, and ensure compensation without resorting of litigation. Last year, only 3 cases reached the court. This year, none has been recorded because we made sure both parties comes together, forgiving each other, and if there are damages, they had duly paid for, Hamad said, emphasizing that during peace requires government enforcement of law, clears restricted farming the grazing zone. On the spot, patron of Makban in Bauchi State, Muhammad Amin Tukur, said poor agricultural knowledge among many farmers poses a threat to food security. He lamented the near collapse of agricultural extension services that once guided farmers on best practices, urging the government to revive the system. If you want the details of this news, check on the leadership newspaper. NSCDC 6 Miyetti Allah supports to end farmers' health clashes.
I say everywhere, head clashes, killing, everywhere in Nigeria, killing. That brings us to the end of the newspaper review on Emirate Radio. For more in-depth on the stories, you can always check the Punch newspaper, the Daily Press newspaper, the Nation's newspaper,
and the Leadership newspaper,
and our very own Royal Online newspaper.